How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. There are a lot of things that we have to cover in today's video, from stocks to crypto, altcoins, Bitcoin, lots of stuff. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. A lot of this stuff has been coming out over the last minute or two, been hitting the newswire, so I'm going to try to cover as much as possible for you. If you like that, hit subscribe, turn that bell notification. Let's get into it. So Bitcoin pretty much unmoved on the day, up slightly, but we've just been in this range. But we have news from Amazon. Amazon's second quarter net sales beat by about 3%. The operating income beat by, what is that, 50%, 60%. Operating margin higher than expected, 5.7 versus 3.46. We actually see AWS sales coming in 12% increase year over year in terms of revenue. Now, the operating income came in a little bit lower. When we look at free cash flow, the free cash flow actually showed $7.9 billion versus a loss of $23.5 billion over the last year. Now, a lot of this is just due to the fact that they're not trying to bring in a lot of cash flow right now. They reinvest a lot of their cash flow, but now they've been pulling that back a bit. They've built out so many different service centers or shipping centers that they don't really have to expand as quickly anymore. And as you can see here, this is a record quarter for them in terms of revenue. The highest quarter up until this point was about 127.36. They hit 134. They had almost $8 billion worth of cash flow, which is, if you take out this one quarter, the best quarter that they've had since 2020. So that's positive. I'll have to look through it a little bit more. But we have some other stocks that we should cover too. So Amazon, by the way, is up about 6 or 7% after hours. Coinbase up a lot after hours too, almost 7%. It's really hard to find information on them right now, so I don't think they've published it on their website. I've been trying to find it. I can't. But they did beat on revenue by about 10%. I'm trying to figure out more information on EPS. I'm trying to look into the documents themselves because they always publish a nice little slide deck that shows how they're making their revenue, what people are holding, what people are trading on their platform. So I will cover this in the next video, most likely. We also have Square Block, who's obviously a crypto company as well. Their revenue beat by a significant amount, $5.3 billion versus the expected $5.12 billion. Adjusted EPS was 39 cents versus the expected 34 cents. Now this company is a lot too. Let's just refresh this page. It was up about 6%. I suppose it did drop back off, maybe something concerning, but they did end up beating pretty significantly on a couple key metrics there. Apple just announced earnings too, and they had a double beat on revenue by about $250 million, and EPS they beat by 126 versus 120. So they beat by about 6 cents. This is the big daddy of them all in terms of the stock market, them and Microsoft. So seeing Amazon and Apple both beat substantially on both sides could be really good for the market. Now, moving on, we have seen treasuries move up today. 10-year treasury at 4.18. This means that oftentimes there's a sell-off that occurs in the stock market or crypto because people just have a higher yield that they can make that's risk-free in some people's opinion. Kind of makes sense that the yield would go up after we were downgraded, but we'll have to see how this continues. Obviously, the Fed has kept rates high, and this has caused treasuries to go up, and this would typically be a time where people invest more heavily in treasuries and in money markets. I actually saw that we are at a very high point. I forgot the exact number, but like record numbers for money market cash sitting on the sidelines too. Bitcoin dominance is going up. Now we're at 50.27%. So we are starting to move back up. I do think that there's a good chance that we will see dominance continue to move up. I actually sold part of a crypto today and put the proceeds in a smaller crypto, which I'll be talking about this weekend, but mostly Bitcoin. I put 90% of the proceeds in Bitcoin. I do think Bitcoin dominance will go up, whether we move up or down. I think that's very likely. And we continue to see Bitcoin on exchanges fall down. That's why I'm saying that a while from now, it'll be hard to get your hands on Bitcoin. The number of Bitcoin on exchanges is now down 30% from the peak in early 2020. I just made a video, and I'll put it on the end screen, why it'll be really hard to buy this crypto and why it'll be too expensive here soon for anyone to buy a full Bitcoin. And I go through some of the numbers in there, but this is one of the first cycles too that we've actually seen the supply fall down instead of move up. And that could cause us to actually not have diminishing returns. Some people think that it's very likely that we could actually see returns reaccelerate the next bull market because we just don't have enough new tokens coming to the market. Kind of an interesting theory there. Michael Saylor also says that they're going to acquire as much Bitcoin as they can. So we have Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy buying. We also have USDT, the company behind them, buying a lot of Bitcoin as well. So it makes sense for someone like Michael Saylor to continue buying because he can essentially just raise a bunch of capital. He can dilute shareholders and then buy more Bitcoin. So it's different than normal stock dilution where maybe they're just decreasing the earnings per share, because essentially if they dilute you and then buy the same amount of Bitcoin, you're still in the same position. So it's really interesting, and they can continue to buy more Bitcoin, making it less and less liquid, making the price go up quicker because there's not as much supply. And he can continue to print dollars basically, or make equity come from nowhere just to buy this illiquid asset, this asset that is scarce. Kind of an interesting way of expanding how much Bitcoin you have. Really cool. News from Elon Musk today. Elon Musk and Platform X, or Twitter, the old Twitter, to launch their own stock trading and Bitcoin trading platform. This is from a crypto account. I saw a lot of different accounts talking about stock trading. I didn't see too many talking about Bitcoin and crypto trading. So I'm curious as to what that will be like. But it would be nice to have trading on X. He said that he wants an all-in-one platform. So stock trading, banking, marketplace, obviously social media, all that in one spot could be interesting. And just a couple more things to cover. Binance and CZ are planning to introduce smaller algorithmic stablecoins. I've been covering Binance a lot recently and some of the stablecoins that they've been using. Algorithmic stablecoins are the holy grail. That's what everyone wants. Some kind of stablecoin that doesn't have to be backed by dollars. So then basically you can create value from nothing and you can invest it how you want. It's kind of an interesting concept, but none of them have done well in the past. So I would not invest in this or use this myself. I would not do it, even if they're free trading fees. Even if they paid me a little bit to use it, I might not be willing to do it. But then there might be an arbitrage play. So I would not touch it, most likely though. Cardano, TVL, is steadily moving up. I saw some big account talking about how they were at 800 million, getting close to 800 million in TVL. What I see is 174 million, but I did notice that it has been moving up steadily from about 52 million back in December 2022, and it's about over tripled since then. So good news for Cardano holders. It's being used more and more. Now, I will say that this is still a small value compared to the overall market cap, but it is trending in the right direction. Unfortunately, it's under 2% of the market cap, which is pretty low, but I think this will increase as more and more people move into crypto in the coming years and more people want to do different things in crypto. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if you think it'll be hard to get your hands on Bitcoin, and if you want to see a video on why no one will be able to afford it, essentially, except the ultra rich, I'll put that video here on the end screen. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.